She bad, 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 she bad. Gucci bag, Gucci bag, Gucci bag, Fendi bag, Prada bag, Louis bag, Gucci bag, Gucci bag, Birkin bag. She in a bag, she drip, she swag, never mad, she glad.
Hey y'all, what's going on? We are back with another episode of Red Couch Conversations, y'all. So look, y'all know that it is Black History Month, and I am loving. Oh, first of all,
Really?
I'm real, okay. I know Breezy, so I be feeling like everybody know Breezy. Mind you, I was talking to somebody today, and I think it was my sister, and she was like, "Who, Breezy?" I'm like, yeah, that's my girl. So Breezy, people know you. I be feeling like, but anyway, y'all, I just want to let me introduce my co-host for today. Is one of the baddest DJs out there. She be out here on the motorcycle set. She be getting her stuff in. She's not limited to the motorcycle set, but you do everything.
Everybody.
Yes, absolutely. So if y'all are in the Dallas area or surrounding area, shall I
Maybe
say?
I travel.
I know that's right.
Shoot.
Go ahead then. And y'all want a DJ that will keep the people on the dance floor, then y'all definitely need to get in contact with DJ Breezy.
Thank you so much.
Yes, I appreciate you being here. I really do.
Absolutely.
Y'all don't even...
Girl, you are my girl.
Listen, I'm telling you, I lean on her and Shay so much. I know they need to file me on their taxes. I already know.
I was gonna ask you your Social Security number last week.
Because I swear I be like text messaging them. I text message one, then I text message the other, then I put it in a group text or whatever. So look, I really appreciate you, everything that y'all do for me. Y'all do so much, and I appreciate that.
We love you, girl.
Thank you.
Sometimes.
So anyway, y'all, it is February, and it is Black History Month, and y'all already know that my relationship when it comes to Black people and how I love being Black and all of that type of stuff. So y'all, this is my month. I've been out saying happy Black History Month to people when I see them on the streets or whatever, and it's so crazy that I'm catching them off guard when I say that.
Yeah.
When I say, happy Black History Month, and it's like, but you will hear Black people say happy St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
Like, really? Like, we got a whole month. Like,
or what's the other one for the Mexicans? Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo.
Mm-hmm.
You will see so many people out in the streets for Cinco de Mayo celebrating theirs or whatever, and they don't even acknowledge Black History Month. But I'm gonna tell you this: last night I was invited to a Black History Month house party.
Really?
Yes.
That's different.
Yes. And let me tell you, I wanted to go, but the couch kept me. The couch.
Oh, yeah.
The couch was like, this is our time. Don't go nowhere. Stay in. And it was so many different things that I said I was going to get out and do yesterday, but I ended up staying in. I stayed on the couch. I watched great movies. Have you ever seen Jordan's Journal?
No, but I saw you say on Facebook it was good and you were crying.
Oh my God. It was like, it just made me want to be in love, but then I just don't want him to die. Like, it was just...
Well, there you go. That's don't mean to be watching the movie.
It was a true story. And it was produced by Denzel Washington.
Really?
Yeah, he was in the director's chair this time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So anyway, y'all, like I said, for Black History Month, I want to highlight Black history figures and people that y'all don't know about. Because everybody talk about the Harriet Tubmans, the Sojourner Truth, Frederick Douglass, and all that stuff.
Right.
But I was on the podcast yesterday, and we both learned that Frederick Douglass was the first Black to run for president.
Yeah, I did not know that.
I didn't know that either. Yeah, so y'all, Frederick Douglass ran for president in 1895. But today, the person that I want to highlight for Black history, her name is Claudette Colvin, and she... on March 2nd, 1955, she was arrested for not giving up her seat on the bus in Montgomery, Alabama.
I read about her. She was originally the first one, but she didn't make the news like Rosa Parks did.
Right. So let me tell y'all this. So Claudette Colvin is the first person that refused to give up her seat. Well, one of the first people, because they said it was happening often.
Right.
The people was just paying their fines and just going on about their business. So with Claudette Colvin, she was 15 years old. She was coming from school, and if y'all didn't know, Black History Month was called Negro Month, and it was before February. It used to be celebrated in March. Okay,
at least it was a longer month.
Right, right. At least it was a longer month. But in back then, so her incident happened on March 2nd.
Okay.
So she said she was in school and she got fired up quick, okay? Because she said she was in school and she was just hearing about how they had oppressed people, and she was reading about the strong women like Harriet Tubman and Sojourner Truth. And she said that she was on the bus and the bus got crowded. And so what they wanted to do was to move back the section for the white people.
Okay.
So she was like, I could not get up. She was like, I just couldn't. She was like, I felt like, because she wrote a book, and she said, I felt like Sojourner Truth and Harriet Tubman was holding me down on both sides of my shoulders, telling me not to get up. So she ended up getting arrested, and that when the police came and they arrested her, she said when they put her in the back of the police car, she was like, she was so scared. She said she did not fight at all. She didn't resist. She just refused to get up. But when they put her in the back of the police car, she said, now she's 15 years old. The police officers was on there saying, she said they were in the front of the car saying, I wonder what that N word is, how big her titties are. They said, said, they was like, I wonder what bra size she wear. Like, they was having conversations about her, and they was calling her thing. They were calling her whores, everything, they was really they really talked bad about her. So she was saying that on her way, she thought they was going to take her to a juvenile detention facility, and she was really scared to go there because at the juvenile detention facility, they make the kids pick cotton. So she was like, she really didn't want to go there. But when she noticed which direction they was taking her in, they was taking her to the adult jail. So when they took her to the adult jail, she said all the police officers was talking to her bad. They was calling her a thing. They was calling her the N-word. It was a horrible situation. So her mother and her pastor end up coming to get her out of jail because the other kids because they didn't let her have a phone call.
Right.
So the kids from off the bus went and told her mother what happened. The mother called a pastor, and they went and got out of jail. Now, the thing about it, which is so interesting about the whole situation, is that 9 days later, I think it was, is when Rosa Parks did it. Now, what people don't know is that people thought that the story that I have heard about Rosa Parks was that she was coming home from work and she was tired and she refused to give up her seat. Lies. That is not true. No, that is not the truth.
That's been a story for years, though.
That has been. No, Rosa Parks was actually a secretary at the NAACP in office in Montgomery, Alabama.
Okay.
And so they told Rosa to get on the bus, sit in a seat, and refused to get up her seat because at this point, of Montgomery were tired of what was going on. So they planted Rosa Parks on this bus. Yes. And but the sad part about it is that Claudette Colvin is the one that was like, we got to boycott. We got to be angry. She was 15 years old, and she was the one that raised up the funk. Like, this is what we need to do. We need to boycott. We need to make something happen. The mistreatment that we're getting, this is not right. Because when they were pulling her off the bus, y'all, the thing that she was saying over and over again is that you are violating my constitutional rights. She said, she just kept saying that you're violating my constitutional rights over and over again. So she made it a big deal. But the reason why they did not choose her is because, first of all, she said she was 15 years old, and they didn't want to invest too much in a teenager. And also, another reason why is because they said that she did not fit the image that they were trying to portray, because not long after she got out of jail, she got pregnant. Yeah. And she said that she wasn't fair-skinned and that she didn't have silky hair. So that had a lot to do with them not choosing her. So what's crazy to me though, y'all, is that we judge people within our own race.
We do.
You know what I'm saying? And the second part of this podcast is going to address some of that too. But they said that many women before Rosa Parks refused to give up their seat, and she was the first person to challenge it or whatever. So what's crazy about it is, like I said, it happened on the second day of Negro History Month, and she was learning about her history, and it lit a fire in her. So that's why I be telling people, and I was on a podcast yesterday, and I was telling people that you have to know your history.
Oh yeah.
You got to know some of the things that Black people have fought for in the past in order for you to like not make the same mistakes, or at least appreciate how far we've come. You know what I'm saying? Because it used to be a time where they would put dogs on us, and they would put dogs on us and let them like put the fire hose
right,
like that.
Right.
Like, look how far we have come. Even though they always want to throw back up in our face about Black on Black crime and all that type of stuff. And like I've said before, Black people, they do stuff they are in a neighborhood. We are we are contained, or we are in, like, we have our communities. You know what I'm saying? And Black on Black crime happens generally in that community.
Yeah.
If you have an offense, like if you walking out the store and you get into it with somebody, or you have a traffic incident and you get into it with somebody and the killing happens because of something like that, that's totally different than from somebody, you're not doing anything to somebody and they feel like they can kill you just because you was Black. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the reason why so many people question the Black Lives Matters slogan.
I question it.
Well, there you go.
Right. I mean, I'm going to tell you this. Don't get me wrong. Whoever came up with that, Black Lives Matter, it is a great slogan.
Right.
You shouldn't have to tell nobody that our lives matter, to be completely honest.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
But the driving force behind it, it's almost like the Susan G. Komen Foundation when it comes to raising money and being a nonprofit or whatever. Those people in Black Lives Matter, in the Black Lives Matter organization, first of all, the ladies that are in the forefront are really not the ones that are like over it. It was a white man that founded the Black Lives Matter movement, and
really?
He is the one that, you know, really benefits from it and everything.
Like, he put Black people in the
forefront.
Yes,
you know he had to.
How would it look?
How would it look? So it's like Black Lives Matter. They got a lot of money. They got a lot of, you know, because those women that's even in the forefront of it, they done made millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Just like in the Susan G. Komen thing. Like I be telling people, like a lot of people be having, you know, in October, the breast cancer thing, they go so hard for it. And I want to say this, I wish y'all go hard for Black History Month the way y'all go hard for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And I'm going to put it to you like this. I got a dog in both fights, but I still feel like being going hard for Black history, because they trying to take it out of the schools.
Really?
They don't even want to talk about like slaves.
Well, I mean, they don't really talk about it a lot, no way. They give you very minimum information.
Right, it is.
You know, you have to go to college and take like a Black history course.
Right.
Probably to get more information.
Right, and it's like governors, like I heard that the governor, Ron DeSantis, is trying to, he's out in Florida. I'm about to say Florida. Ron DeSantis, he is in Florida, and he is trying to remove you know, that Black history out of the schools, talking about the slavery or whatever. But the thing about it is, what's crazy to me is they don't want to talk about the Black history stuff and the slavery and all that stuff, but they don't mind talk about the Holocaust.
No,
they'll talk about the Holocaust. So,
or even talk about Columbus discovering America or anything.
Girl,
I already want to get you started on that.
And the thing about it is that it's like why do they want to take away our accolades? Like, we are some of the people that has made more progress when the odds has been stacked up against us more than anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think they don't want everything to be taught of what we actually went through. They want to give us just very little information. I believe they don't want to go into detail.
They don't.
You know, like the master sleeping with the women, and stuff like that. Yeah, the baby's coming up considered to be biracial, but of course they saying they black.
Right, but what about this? What about a buck breaking? You heard of buck breaking?
No.
Buck breaking was when the masters would bring the biggest slave, and are we 10 minutes in yet?
Yeah.
We 10 minutes in. Okay, so because y'all on YouTube, we can't cuss or anything until after 10 minutes. But they would get the biggest slave, and they'd bring it in front of everybody, and they would fuck them in front of everybody in order to, first of all, break his spirits, was as a warning to all the other slaves that they need to get in line or this too could happen to them. But honestly, I really feel like it was them just acting out some of their fantasies.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, who, like, you going to go to that extent? Like, you going to, like, you have to be aroused by them in order to do something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you ain't doing it just out of spite.
Right.
I don't think you are.
Right. And that's why it's crazy to me. Like, I can have a whole nother conversation about, Christianity and all that type of stuff, or how they put in the Bible, how this is wrong and that's wrong, whatever. But then, so why y'all write that? Like, stuff been happening from the beginning of the time. I just feel like it's almost like, sometimes I think that the Bible, and I'm sorry, y'all, this is not the viewpoints of Be Humble, Stay Humble Network. This is my book. Sometimes I be thinking that the Bible is like is almost a guidebook on how to train a slave or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Because some of the things that they tell us you might not have, don't wait for your heavenly reward. Like, I can't understand how it is written in a book that every other race is like not discriminated against, but God wasn't thinking about black people too. Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's because it comes from my viewpoint when it comes to black people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to believe so bad, but come on, God, when you gonna start putting us up there? You know what I'm saying? And having mercy on us, because they haven't. They used to hunt us down. They string us from trees, and then they don't want you to talk about it. Like how Billie Holiday, they tried to ruin her career for singing the song "Strange Fruit." You know what I'm saying? "Strange Fruit," y'all. If y'all not familiar with it, "Strange Fruit" was a song that was written about hanging black people in the trees. Like, when she was driving past, she would see black people just hanging from trees. You know what I'm saying? Like, the KKK is one of the oldest hate groups there is. Yeah. So
they don't want to talk about it though.
No, they don't want to talk about it. I see our people is watching the Super Bowl festivities today. It's okay.
It's all good.
It's all good. So anyway, I just want you guys to start paying more attention and celebrating Black History. Like, Black History Month is like very, very important for our kids to know about where we came from, and not knowing more than Young Jeezy and you know what I'm saying, and Babyface and Krishan and shit like that, because those are people that I just sort of kind of wish that they was tied up in a rubber. And like Krishan and Blueface, I wish somebody just tied them up in a rubber and threw them in the trash can. Like, I be feeling like sometimes they make me ashamed to be back. You know that emoji that be like this. And this what's crazy about it is that they are famous because they are stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I be feeling like we be talking about good stuff.
They young, but I know that's not an excuse, but that plays a part of it. They young.
I cannot.
When you young, you do dumb shit.
Right, but the thing about it is, why are you glorifying it? Like, you will find out a way to make sure that you don't discuss helpful things that happen in the Black community, accomplishments, progress, and all that type of stuff. But then you'll stick a camera in front of these ignorant motherfuckers, and this shit go viral like
quickly.
I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? And then another thing, y'all, going on to our next topic, I wanted to talk about the Tyree Nicholes case. And if y'all are not familiar with the Tyree Nicholes case, it was but let me tell you this. If you are interested in learning more about Claudette Colvin, she wrote a book called Twice Toward Justice. So,
Is she still living?
Yeah, she is. She's still living. She
Okay.
lives in New York. And she said that people don't talk much about it because she was a teenager, and that the NAACP felt that Parks would be made as a better icon or whatever.
And that's why it got so much publicity.
Yeah, that's why. But Rosa Parks, y'all, she was not the first. The first person that sat on the bus and refused to get up.
Yeah.
It was planned. That whole day was planned.
And then especially with her being part of NAACP.
Yeah, she was the secretary. Yeah, but they even did movies on Rosa Parks. You know, Rosa Parks lived in Detroit. Yeah, they had, and you know, I don't want to offend nobody, but it was like, you know, somebody had beat her ass before in Detroit. She was out somewhere, and these dudes beat her up, y'all. Yeah,
they didn't know that was Rosa.
I don't even know if they cared. They end up having to put her up in the and they put her up in this apartment building, like one of these skyrise apartments or whatever, where it has security, because she was just living like an everyday person. Like, she was out, you know, buying her groceries, like, you know.
So it was more than one person, I'm assuming. Was it?
I don't know if it was more than one person. I can't remember because it happened years ago. But yeah, she was out in Detroit, and some of these disrespectful Negroes, you know, beat her up. I mean, beat her bad. They showed her on and they gave her a black eye, and you know, they had beat her up and like stole her purse and all type of stuff. And you know, they call her the mother of the civil rights movement. Yeah, I'm rightfully so now, I believe, because I believe that they could have named somebody else that, and it makes me really angry reading about this Claudette Colvin to know that colorism is what got Rosa Parks into that position anyway.
Yeah, she was high yellow.
Yeah, she was high yellow.
Pretty hair.
Right,
so,
exactly. So it was like she fit the image of what they want, you know, posted around or whatever. But, you know, it's bad that, like, you know, they removed Michelle Obama's book out of a lot of schools here in Texas. You know, did you know that?
No.
Yes. They
So what was the reason behind that?
They said that they didn't want white kids to feel like they were being
Here we go.
They didn't want. They said the book made white kids feel bad
because she spoke her truth.
Because she wasn't speaking to all little girls. She was speaking to only a particular race, and then she talked about the racial injustice that she you know, had witnessed and everything. And she said,
how do you expect her to speak to all of the girls when she's an African American woman and she can only speak from an African American point of view, per se, in the most case, right or wrong?
Look, I agree with you totally. But the thing about it is that the bad part about it is that we got the people that's making the decisions for us, like our state representatives and stuff like that, that's not pushing a point and making these people stand up for, you know, for us.
Yeah.
Y'all be having these state representatives and stuff like this, and
they ain't doing the goddamn,
and they not doing their job.
Yeah.
That's
why we need to go out and vote for our local offices.
Yes, I'm telling you, to hold their feet to the fire.
Yep.
For real. But anyway, y'all, the Tyree Nicholes case is still going on and on and on. They are coming up with new developments every day about what's going on, that what happened with his case, whatever. If you guys are not familiar with the Tyree Nicholes case, it was 5 black police officers that and from West Memphis that savagely beat a man to death, that they said it was for a traffic stop, that they stopped him for reckless driving. So it was 5 black officers. It was one guy named Emmett Martin III, Justin Smith, Desmond Mills Jr., Demetrius Haley, and Tadarius Bean. Okay, so the one that's really getting a lot of the press is the Demetrius Haley. Okay, he is the one that y'all seeing his face all over the news or whatever, and it was allegations that they knew each other before or whatever. Well, those allegations have been unfounded. The stepfather for Tyree Nicholes said that wasn't true. He said that they wasn't Terry said the Riverfront Apartments. That's where she whatever. Okay. But anyway, Demetrius Haley is the one that they said that, but the stepfather said that wasn't true. It has even been on TMZ that he said that it wasn't true. They didn't know each other before. So
that's kind of hard for me to believe that.
But you know what? Now that it was hard for me to believe too, like what was the fucking connection with these dudes, right? But now you see all these other people are coming forth. Another dude stepped forth and said 9 days earlier, they did the same thing to him. They beat his ass. He was at his cousin's apartment building. He got a $5 million lawsuit. It just dropped on Friday.
Wow.
Yeah, he got pictures where they beat him, but it wasn't as bad as they beat this guy.
Of course not. The man's dead. I mean,
right. So this guy, he was sitting in a car and he said he waited for his cousin. I think his story is kind of shaky. Let me say that. Okay. I'm gonna say I think his story is kind of shaky. But the reason why I think his story is shaky is because so he was sitting in a car. He said him and his cousin came down out of the apartment building, and they were sitting in a car, and they decided they was gonna go hang out in downtown Memphis. Okay. So he said he had no idea that his cousin had put his pistol in between the seat. So his cousin went back in the house to get a jacket, and so he was going to back into a parking space to wait for his cousin. So as he was backing into this back into this parking spot, they surrounded him. Now, if y'all know anything about this little group called the Scorpion crew or whatever, they just wear like black tactical outfits. They don't have like no real markers. They like the Gang Squad in Detroit, y'all. We have a group in Detroit called the Gang Squad. I don't know if y'all had that here or whatever, but the Gang Squad used to terrorize motherfuckers because they used to come up to our school and they would, the Gang Squad was horrible. You know. Like you didn't want to be at school that day because they would come and they just used to terrorize people, and it was horrible. So anyway, the Scorpion Squad, they jumped out the car on him, and so this guy said he pulled off and he ended up hitting a barrier or whatever, and then they came and snatched him out the car or whatever, and they beat his ass, and so he ended up going to jail now. He had marijuana in the car with him.
Okay.
He had Xanax in the car with him.
Okay.
And he had the pistol in the car with him.
Okay.
So now, to be fair, I'm going to tell you what, this is all assumption. It's just my take. You know how black people, we come up with shit.
We do come up with
So my take on it was, he probably may have been going to sell some drugs or something, you know. I don't know.
And that could be the case.
Could be the case.
But Toya,
he had a plethora. It ain't like he just had a pill. He was checking all the boxes. The only thing he ain't have is Jimmy Hoffa in the back of his shit. Like he had everything. I promise.
But even if he had all that stuff in the car, including the pistol,
yes,
does that actually deserve the fact of him getting beat the way he did?
That's what I'm saying. And that's the point that I'm making. I was talking to my sister today, and she was like, no matter what he had in that car.
I agree.
They don't have to put his hands on, because he said once he realized, when he got out the car, because he had ran into something, he said he got out the car and started to run. He said once he noticed that they had like the tactical, the bulletproof vest on and all that stuff, he said he immediately put his hands up. He said, and then they started to be.
So is these the same 4 guys?
The same 5 guys.
Okay, 5. So they just going. What are they doing? Going around just picking up people?
So the Scorpio group was formed to go into low-income neighborhoods and to police and regulate the crime that's going on in these low-income
But it sounds like you picking with people.
Yes. So back to the Tyree Nicholes thing. okay. So a little bit, so they said this white guy now has come forward. Have you heard about the white dude that they finally fired him from his job?
Which job was it?
The police officer. He was a police officer. And they finally fired him from his job. His name is Hemphill. So now it is 6 officers and 2 EMT techs that have been fired from the job. So this dude, y'all, let me tell y'all, this is the first. He has not been charged with anything criminally.
Okay.
But he has been fired from his job. He is the 6th police officer to get fired from his job.
So was he there?
He was there. He was one of the initial police officers that was there. So he falsified police records. He said,
"Oh, that within itself get you locked up."
So he said that at first he said that the guy was driving recklessly, and when they pulled him over, he reached for his partner's gun. Okay, so since then he done came back and said, no, he didn't reach for my gun, and I did not notice him driving recklessly. Okay, but he is the one of the only officers that had the body cam on. Okay, so on the body cam, he said when they got him at the car first and they was beating him down, and that's when the guy Tyree Nicholes was like, why are y'all doing this to me? What have I done?
Yeah.
And calling for his mama and everything.
Right.
So when he finally got up and got away, this dude shot him. This Hemp Hill, the white police officer, shot him in the back with the taser. So that right there is not right. He was not supposed to shoot him with a taser if he's running away from him. Okay. So when he shot him with the taser gun and everything, the 5 black guys caught him, but you can hear the Hemp Hill dude say on his body cam, I hope they stomp his ass. What? Yes, right? So I'm telling you.
So it's like all of them in this together. To me, it seems like
this Hemp Hill is about to turn state's evidence. I'm telling you, because he done went back and he is telling everything now.
Oh yeah, they probably threatened him with some stuff.
And he haven't been charged with anything. I guarantee y'all, watch what I'm telling y'all. The only white cop that they're showing right now, he is going to turn state's evidence and he is going to get immunity. I promise you. Watch what I tell you. He is going to get immunity from everything that has happened. So the only thing that he has been charged with is that he has been charged with the job for personal conduct, from lying on a police report,
right,
from non-compliance with the taser, and non-compliance with handcuffs, because he used his own personal handcuffs. He had his own personal handcuffs. They wasn't handcuffing him with like department issue handcuffs, and that's
wait a minute. Violation. So how do you walk around with your own handcuffs? Was he in uniform?
Yeah. He was in uniform.
So why
he was in a patrol car and everything.
Okay, so here's my question. If he's in uniform, police uniform, right? A police vehicle, why do you not have the police department's handcuffs?
I don't know, but
that doesn't make sense.
Right, it doesn't make sense. You could tell that they was up to no good. These dudes was up to no good. And also he did some bogus shit when it came to processing the area and the inventory of the stuff that they collected.
Oh wow.
He did some bogus stuff on that. So
I guarantee they probably threatened him to charge him something.
Yes.
For him to be talking.
He talking. I'm telling you, y'all, he telling everything. This Hemp Hill dude is about to spill the beans.
Yeah,
he gonna tell everybody.
Yeah,
everything.
He ain't trying to get locked up with them.
Right. So not only that though, the dude, one of the other police officers that had the body cam on, the dude Emmett Martin, he had a body cam on, and he took his body cam off and put it back in the car while the beating was going on.
And it's so crazy because I don't know if you saw one of my podcasts when I had Big Hustle on. He used to be with 10 Toes, and he came on the show with my show talking about his life and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And that was his nephew.
Who?
The Martin guy.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So hold on, wait a minute. So Terry said that the Detroit crew was called a jump off crew. Well, they called a gang squad at my school, but she said
that sounds scary.
Right. And they said they're trying to build a federal case on them. And I did see that the parents have reached out to the Supreme Court now because
Tyree Nicholes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Their parents are trying to build a federal case, and she said they use zip ties now. That's even worse than handcuffs though.
Yeah.
I think zip ties is worse than handcuffs. But this dude, Demetrius Haley, mm-hmm. he took pictures of Tyree Nicholes and sent them to his friends he took pictures of his bloody body, and they propped him up against the car, and they said that he kept slumping over, and he would take it back. Now, mind you, when Tyree Nicholes ran away the first time, they caught him, and Demetrius Haley stayed back, and he ran up, and they said he kicked Tyree Nicholes like he was kicking a football, kicked him in the head.
And you mean to tell me all the stuff that this man is doing, there is no type of knowing each other at all? They don't know each other at all.
They said they didn't know each other. That's hard to believe.
It's hard to believe, because you doing this brutal to a person, that makes me feel as though you have some underlying issues with them personally.
But you know what? I'm going to tell you this. A lot of times I be feeling like some police officers be having some kind of underlying issues. I be feeling like sometimes they be bullied in school or something, because...
And some of them do take their position and try to bully you because they in that position. So that could... I don't know, Toya. It's hard for me to believe that they didn't have no type of interaction with each other previously. So the story about the girlfriend and
they said it's not true. They said it was. I mean, the father said that it was no connection. The father said it was no connection to stepfather. That was the.
But you don't know what he might have been dealing with in his past. You know,
right?
Your parents don't know everything.
That the girlfriend worked. I'm curious as to who he sent the pictures to. They said,
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That makes me hard to believe that they didn't know each other in some kind of way. Because why would you send pictures?
Yeah, because mind you, that's what
heartless.
That's what they said to That's what they said, that he sent a picture to the ex-girlfriend. Like, yeah, this your dude, look what I did to him.
Right.
That's what the original story was that I heard or whatever. But they just said that he sent it to other police officers and numerous civilians and people that worked for the police station, that like he was spreading it around. He sent the picture to 6 people total. And it's just...
So he really felt big and important. Basically.
Yeah, they said he was mocking them. That's what they said in the article.
Wow.
Mind you, I want y'all to know that all this information that I'm getting, I looked on Huffington Post and the New York Times. So this is where I'm getting my information from.
Shit, New York Times is accurate as it can be.
Exactly. That's where I got most of my information. But they said that they beat him for 3 minutes.
That's a long time.
That's a long time.
That's a very long time.
Yes, they beat him for 3 minutes after they handcuffed him, though. This was after they finally got him handcuffed. Because remember, he ran away. Mm-hmm. They was at the side of the car. They was beating him and everything.
And Toy, when I couldn't even watch the video.
I have not.
I watched maybe the first 20 seconds, maybe 30. And I from what I remember, he was handcuffed. And, you know, he's handcuffed. He can't do nothing. And the fact that each one was going just punching him.
Yeah.
And he's slumping over.
Yes.
Falling over. And I was done watching it. I couldn't even watch it no more.
When you say that, you like, they had to have something personal against him because they savagely beat this man. Like, when they released it, y'all, they released it in 6 portions. I watched the first portion, and today when I was doing my research on this case, I was like, in order for me to be well informed, I need to watch the video. I could not bring myself to
I like I said, I watched maybe the first 20 seconds.
Yeah.
And the fact that they would just punch this man, at that point, he was lifeless.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't watch it.
Yeah, I could. It was, to me, it was. So who do you, and this is hard to say, but
okay.
But who do you think was worse, the George Floyd video or this guy?
I will have to probably say George Floyd.
Yeah, a lot of people say that.
I the reason why I say it is because I would think in these other officers' mind, somebody could have stopped something at some point. Rather if you agree or disagree with what was going on, somebody should have said, "Hey, that's it. Let's stop fighting them." The George Floyd case, that was just ridiculous. He held on that man's neck for a long time, like no one attempted to stop him. This man is
not none of his colleagues, but people were videotaping.
Yeah,
and
he was letting it. I mean, he's slowly just going breathless.
Yeah.
So
okay, so
it's crazy.
My opinion of it is that I think that the Tyree Nicholes was worse. And the reason why I'm going to say this is because, first and foremost, it was hard for me because it was black people.
Yeah.
That's what's really hard for me.
That's the one thing everybody's talking about.
Then another thing that makes it hard for me is that they did what he did to him. They did to him with nobody watching. Nobody. They took their body cams off, and the only camera that was on there was from a street pole.
But are you supposed to take your body cam off?
No. When you initiate, when you start interacting, you're supposed to automatically turn it on.
Yep.
The dude, Emmett, whatever his name is, the dude,
Martin.
The Martin guy.
Yeah.
He put his body cam back in the car, so they knew they was about to be on some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Nobody turned on their body cam, none whatsoever. But the bad part about it is that they beat him, and if he hadn't, they had to know that this boy was gonna die. The mother said that when she went to the hospital, she said his head was the size of a watermelon.
Swollen.
Yes.
Fluid.
Yes. Mm-hmm. She said that his throat was so thick, and she just it puts me in the mind of Emmett Till. Yeah. Like it does, and like, cause she wanted those pictures.
His whole face was deformed.
Yes. She was like, when she walked into, bless you, when she walked, okay, goddamn it.
This a touchy subject. You see, I started sneezing.
But she said when she walked into the hospital and seen him like that, before he even died, she said she knew he was gone. She knew he could not. The conversations that she had with him previous to that was no more. The quality of life that he had, it was no more. That shit was
even
over.
If he would have lived, he probably wouldn't have been the same person.
He would have been a vegetable.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have been, his quality of life, this dude was like a free spirit. Y'all remember now, he was a skateboarder. That's one of the big things that they talk about, is that he was a skateboarder, that he had, he was a photographer, and he worked at FedEx. You know what I'm saying? And so, but he was like a free spirit. They say he was one of the nicest guys that you could ever see. And when they put that picture up of how he looked in real life, because I seen a picture of how he was in the hospital. I seen that like a couple days.
Right.
And then finally, when they put the picture up of him, the way, that's when I was just like, oh, this shit is real. Like, this is real. Like, they beat the shit out of this dude, like, for real. Like, and I just don't understand how they, like, I can't even hit somebody. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it be sometimes, like, you be like, I want to knock the shit out of somebody. But
I thought I was going to do that yesterday.
Right. Just actually just punch somebody until they died. Like, they said one of the guys, now Justin Smith, the police officer, Justin Smith, y'all, I want y'all to remember these names, because these names is really important as to, what's going on. But Justin Smith held Nicholes by one of his arms and struck him continuously while his partner pepper sprayed him. So they was pepper spraying him, holding him. So it's like, you know how you hold a kid up when you whipping him?
Yep.
And they was holding his arm up like they was whooping him and beating him with a baton.
This is something definitely
not
personal.
A belt.
This is
a
personal.
baton. While the other guy was pepper spraying him. Like, I don't understand how you thought y'all was gonna get away with this shit. Like, at some point they was just like, fuck it. Like, we out here.
Ain't no turning back. Y'all did too much.
I just can't. I don't get it.
But this is what I'm mad about. Black people, we do so much protesting. We up here organizing different marches about if a white man would have done this. We ain't done none of this since this happened. If you seen one, let me know. No, for real.
Listen, Breezy, I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you how bad it is that I live across the street from the police station. Mm-hmm. 3 days in a row, the day that the videotapes was released, they had heightened security. They had our building on lockdown, okay? You had to show that you lived in the building to even enter our apartment. They had our security team was all outside. They waited for a riot to happen. The people that was over at the police station, they was waiting for something to pop off. This happened for 3 days, y'all.
Did nothing happen.
Nobody showed up. Nobody showed up.
Mhm.
And it's crazy. Like, okay, so now what? You know what I'm saying? It's like things happen in the black community, and when it's a black person doing it, they don't. Nothing gets done.
Nothing.
Like, I just want out because I've been. It's certain things that I've been watching, and I've been watching this Tyree Nicholes case, and that Shaquilla Robinson case.
And that's like on a hush mode right now.
No, you got. It's a lot going on with it.
Okay, so last time I heard, of course, the FBI was involved with that. And I'm sorry, we switched subject.
No, it's fine.
The FBI was involved, and they were still doing investigations. I have not heard anything else outside of that.
Okay.
I don't know if the FBI is trying to put it on hush to get everything figured out or.
No, see, look, people are like, it's like a real, like, I feel like, I don't know if I want to say fan base, but I'm really involved in this to see what's going on.
Right.
So I be on YouTube watching, you know, keeping up with it or whatever. And so at this point, so what happened was the house that they were in was owned by the cartel. Okay.
What?
It was actually not to their knowledge. Not they didn't know.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I thought they was on a resort.
Yeah, they were. It's owned by the man. It's a man that bought into this resort.
Okay.
And has been affiliated with the cartel.
Mm.
So ever since the Shaquilla Robinson thing has happened, they have taken them off of Booking.com, like Expedia.
Well, yeah, sure.
They've taken them off of all the major websites that has cut their revenue. Like, they not making no money off of that house and that resort. Not right now for during tourism, because you can't even book it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So now they saying that so the Mexican government is like, oh, y'all need to send them over here to us. So the FBI is like, well, they was at a point now, they like, well, we can't send them over there, because if we send them over there, because the cartel is really kind of involved, if we send them over there, we might never ever hear from them again. So they trying to kind of like mediate or like, you know, be over the exchange, like keep up with what's going on.
I would say send their ass over there.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think
I'm not saying I agree with the cartels and nothing like that, but they need to pay for what they did. Y'all went to another country and killed somebody. I ain't trying to be funny, but why you go way over there? They probably think they're going to get caught.
It was pre-planned. You know that.
Well, yeah, that's what I heard.
So, yeah, because what happened was one of the girls that was with them, I want to say her name was Winter. Her, somebody in her family had got killed, and they felt like Shaquilla knew something about it. So they had planned that when they got over there, they was going to jump her. And so they did. They all fought her one by one.
So did you watch their video? That video?
When they fought her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lifeless.
Yeah. Yeah, they did. It was like she wasn't fighting back. And
so do you think that situation was worse than the Tyree Nicholes?
The reason why I feel like Shaquilla Robinson is bad is because it was her friends and she was in a comfortable place. She was laying in her bed. She had took off her clothes. Like, that could have been any one of us going on vacation. Yeah. Planning for that. You know what I'm saying? You got your clothes, you get your money, you getting your hair done, not knowing that you going with your friends. You thinking, I need to be careful with these native people that's over here. You ain't thinking not for 1 minute that you got to be careful for the people that you with.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm telling you. And it's like they said they took her money and everything. Like, then
after they went back to the state, came back to the States, went to the mom's house and sent the condolences.
Yes. Not knowing.
Y'all some dirty bitches.
They paid so, you know, the nurse over there is in trouble because they falsified the time of death. They said that it was alcohol poisoning. So it's a lot of people getting in trouble. So
who falsified the death? The nurse?
The nurse did. The nurse that they called to the house.
But here's the thing. How you gonna falsify something? They're gonna do an autopsy report. The autopsy report gonna tell it.
Yeah.
So why would you even do that? You gonna get caught up anyway.
Right. That's stupid. It's so many people that's getting in trouble behind that. But if y'all want to do any research on that case, and I tell y'all that y'all should keep up with that, because that is very interesting, to be completely honest. It's on YouTube, and it's always something being posted about it daily. But there's an investigative reporter that's over there, and he is telling everything that's going on as he gets the information, because he's like really into it. He's been going to the police station and keeping people in the United States abreast of what's going on. But
so are they locked up over there?
No, they haven't even sent them back over there as of yet. I gotta go check YouTube today. But
yeah, because I thought they went over there.
No, they were supposed to go, but it keep on saying that they was gonna go back over there. But they done shut down all their social media. They don't even, one of the girls, one girl winner, people was going up to her job. It was on the news, and she would, got back in the car, and they back living their life like it's golden. She getting in the Benz with the Louis Vuitton purse, and they have.
So they act like nothing just happened a few months ago.
Nothing happened. Like they ain't worried about a thing. Yeah.
I hope they rot in hell.
I hope they do too.
I'm sorry, Lord.
They need to find a place for the people, for Tyree Nicholes. Yeah. And they need to get a place for them and put them motherfuckers together and just let them just go on about their business. For real. I mean, it's but I feel like, like I said, the Shaquilla Robinson case was bad. But then at the same time, you look at the police, especially black police officers. They're supposed to protect and serve. And then you say, if you got a white police officer behind you, that's a whole nother set of issues. Yeah. But these dudes, I mean, I'm telling you, they said that they took the body cams off, and it was like an innocent a bystander that witnessed it, that was doing videotaping too. And they said that it was like a pack of wolves on an injured animal. Yeah. Like you couldn't even see him. They was just beating him. Like, can you imagine how his mom feels? She lived less than 100 yards.
That's what they said. She was like close to the whole place.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be hard for me to go down that street.
Yeah, it would be.
I wouldn't, because I know that's where my son pretty much died at.
Exactly.
Well, in the Virgin.
They got a memorial set up. Yeah. But I'm sure that she gonna get paid from.
Oh yeah, I'm sure she will.
In the neighborhood, but nothing can bring back her son. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's tough, y'all. But let me tell y'all, I want to make sure that y'all keep up with what's going on in this case, because you got to hold your elected officials accountable for the things that are going on. Y'all got to know the jobs that, like the police commissioner and all that. I keep telling y'all, be aware of what's going on in your community and what people supposed to do, what jobs. Y'all be worried about the mayor, sometimes the governor, and the president. The president is like the CEO of the company, okay? He is the one that say we going to war, and this is the one that do that type of stuff. But the things that directly affect you, that be your state representative, because they are the one that's going to talk on your behalf.
And so the governor don't do shit up
here. That these people, are representing you. You got to make sure these people represent you right. So I'm going to close off the show. I know everybody watches the Super Bowl game or whatever, but don't worry, don't fret, my pet, because I'm gonna share the shit out of this once I get this on YouTube. So don't even worry about it. I want y'all to make sure that y'all tune in. If you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe to Simply the Baldhead Truth YouTube channel, and also go to Be Humble, Stay Humble Network and subscribe. I'm telling y'all, we got so many good podcasts that's coming out of the studio, y'all, and y'all got to make sure that y'all tune in. Make sure y'all tune in. I was about to say something stupid, but I ain't gonna say it. We got a lot of good podcasts coming out of the studio. That's all I'm gonna say. I know. Look, Shay over there like, you messy. You just messy. Like, I'm not gonna be messy. You know how when your mama look at you, be like, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. So anyway, y'all, please, y'all make sure y'all share this video. I want y'all to start going to YouTube more so than anything. I'm posting on Facebook, but I need y'all to start going and watching the show on YouTube. That is what's really important. We're trying to get the growth up. Give my page a like, share, and subscribe, and go to the Be Humble, Stay Humble Network and give that page a like, share, and subscribe, because we be on both of them. So check it out. You can see all the other shows.
Can't miss it.
Right.
No excuses.
Right. And so once again, Breezy, happy Black History Month.
I tell you this one thing before we go. Okay. So we was out. We was messing with them kids yesterday. Had a kids event, right? So I passing out some chips and candy, and every time I say Happy Black History Month.
That's what's up. That's
I got
what's
that
up.
shit from you.
Yes, that's what's up.
They look be like, don't worry about
so
it.
Sad.
Happy Black History Month.
And that's so sad.
I'm giving out chips and cupcakes,
right.
and I have Black History Month.
But you know what they need to do? They need to start. We need to start a trend, and this is what I'm telling you. This will be good. If we start a trend where kids go around dressed up as Black history figures and they get candy just like on Halloween. They need to stomp out that Halloween shit because that's about ghosts and goblins. That ain't got nothing to do with it.
I don't even believe in Halloween.
They need to have it where in our Black community, y'all, that's a food for thought. Y'all.
But no, this they need to do. You know how them kids dress up for the 100th day of school?
What is that?
Okay. So the kids, when they had the 100th day of school, right? The kids are dressed up as something.
I seen my friends.
Yeah,
like
so
that.
they need to take the time and do something like that for Black History Month.
Right.
You know, at least one time.
Y'all teachers, y'all hear that? But I'm gonna tell you this: I went to a school over in, so you know, a lot of these schools in Dallas, they be like, especially in the neighborhoods, they be like predominantly Hispanic. So I went to a school that was predominantly Hispanic, the area that I work in, and I had a delivery over there. They had a whole spread of Black history, a whole wall that was dedicated to Black History Month. You know what I'm saying?
At a predominantly Mexican school?
Yes.
Really?
They did. You're right, but in the, you know, I mean, the principal is probably Black, but I'm gonna tell you who they had on the wall. They had Martin Luther King. They had Tyler Perry.
Tyler Perry.
Yes, they had Tyler Perry. They had Obama. They had Oprah Winfrey. It was like from A to Z, like the people.
So they got the people that's of today's time, not the history.
Girl, right? And what made it so special though? Even though I was looking like they got Tyler Perry on this motherfucker, but the kids had hand painted the pictures they self. It wasn't actual pictures of a person.
That's unique.
So I'm standing there looking at Tyler Perry like, who the fuck is he? Like, I was looking like, who is this one right here? And the man, I was like, that's Tyler Perry. I was like, oh, okay. Then I went over and looked at another one, and I could tell it had to be Obama because he had the suit and the tie on. But they had Obama. They did him dirty. They had him cockeyed in the motherfucker. His eyes. Obama was on hall monitor duty. He was watching both directions at the same time. I'm trying to tell you. Okay. So, but they had it up, okay, and that was
different,
right? It was
different.
It was nice, and I wish I had took a picture of it because they had some people that it wasn't like your normal Harriet Tubman and Sojourner Truth and stuff like that. They had people that they could relate to. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it was like they were acknowledging.
Anybody had Beyonce up there, did they?
No, they didn't have her up there.
I was about to say, because you know the kids would put Beyonce.
Right, But the thing about it is, what I liked it that it was up there, but it wasn't teaching our history because what Tyler Perry do? He ain't smuggled on slaves. You know what I'm saying? He ain't never make him get up from off the bus and all that type of stuff. Like he is not a part of the history.
Right.
He has made contributions. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Some horrible ass movies, and the Oval need to be taken off of fucking TV.
So you don't like the Oval?
Girl, I watch it. I be in it like stop watching. Like it be having me hooked. I be looking like this shit can't get no worse. And then the son come in to kill somebody. I be like, I can't believe you watch the Oval.
No, I don't watch none of that shit. The one I couldn't stand that everybody was into. What's the one with the white man and the woman was the maid at first, and the daughter came in, and you know I'm talking about. It was on Tyler Perry.
The haves and have-nots. So
that's it.
The haves and
have-nots.
What about Ruthless? Oh, child, listen.
I only watch Sisters.
Yeah, I watch Sisters and Zatima.
But they get
But I like Zatima. Zatima made me want to have a boyfriend. I think
You should want one anyway, friend.
I know.
We'll talk about
But
that
you know
later.
what? Look. Tamika Bell told me something, and you know, I think it done came true.
What?
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about it offline. For real.
I just like Madea.
Yeah, that's all I like. I like Madea. I love it now. Like the Tyler Perry movie is not a movie like that. I'll just watch over and over and over again. Once you see it,
yeah, I've done it. Yeah,
right.
A lot of black people don't like the fact that Tyler Perry dressed up as a woman, but that was the way to get famous. But Flip Wilson did it.
What you say?
So,
yes, Flip Wilson did it back in the day.
yeah, he was the first one.
Right, he was on that show that they used to be in all the windows.
the Flip Wilson show.
Geraldine. There you go.
Oh,
yes.
Y'all ain't that old, y'all.
Right. I'm not either, but I mean, I do kind of remember my mom and them talking about it or whatever. But yeah. But anyway, y'all, I want y'all to tune back in. I hope y'all enjoy the halftime show. Because that's all I care about on the Super Bowl.
I don't want to watch Rihanna.
You know?
No,
I'm about to go home and make me a cabbage and some candy yams. Look, I cook candy yams every day. No.
You ain't got no meat?
No, I don't want nothing. I'm gonna put some bacon in the cabbage.
No. I mean, don't worry about it.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all share this show. Share. And I will see y'all next week. Peace out.